We're going to be talking about triangle motion. Triangle motion. For that, quick review of a previous triangle lesson. Review. We're going to find all possible angle measures in the diagram below. I want you to notice very carefully those hatch marks and the right angle. Right now, I'd like you to trace over the hatch marks and the right angle. Let's start by asking ourselves, what can we do? First thing I'd like you to do is physically trace over this hatch mark, please. Trace over the hatch marks. Now follow the hatch marks and draw arrows to the opposite angles. There's one. There's the other. Because you have two congruent sides, it creates two congruent angles. We want to mark those opposite angles of those sides congruent. That would be the base angles there. So let's see what we understand now. If this angle here is 32 degrees, we know that this angle right here must also be 32 degrees. Let's ask ourselves, what else can we do? Well, we can sweep the 90 degrees because that's given because of that right angle box. That means we can find this angle here by simply doing 90 minus 32. And we get 58 degrees here. Take it a moment again and retrace those hatch marks. Now follow those hatch marks to the opposite angles. Trace. If you follow those arrows, we see that this angle here that we have marked 58 is also the same here, 58 degrees. We can find this third angle. Add 58, 58, and you get 116. .64 degrees is this angle right here. I'd like you to take your pencil and sweep the linear pair. That's going to add up to 180, so we can do 180 minus 64, and again we get 116, so right here is going to be 116. And if we want to find this last angle x, we simply sweep, and we notice it makes 180 with the 58. So we can do 180 minus 58. And we get this last angle right here to be 122 degrees. I'm going to talk about the motion of triangles. The motion of triangles. Motion of triangles. Our first motion here, I'd like you to physically trace the original triangle. This we're going to call a pre-image. Physically trace that triangle. Now draw an arrow like you're sliding the triangle to the right. Slide. I'd like you to retrace the given triangle. That's called the image. We have a pre-image, slide, and then we have an image. This slide has a technical name called translation. So translation means to slide a shape, either right, left, up, down, diagonal. It just means to slide. That's the first motion. The second motion, trace the pre-image. Now imagine if you flipped it straight over, like you're going from heads to tail on a coin. You flip it straight over. Trace the image now. This is easy to understand. Pretend there's a mirror. Another name for the flip would be a mirror image, also known as a reflection. The third motion, trace the original. Now imagine if you put your finger right there and you simply turned. You turn the triangle. Trace the second triangle. This turning motion is called rotation. So the three motions in geometry, slide, flip, and turn, are called translation, rotation, reflection, and rotation. Take a moment and try to take that image of R and draw a translation, a reflection, and a rotation of it. A translation, a reflection, and a rotation. Translation just means to slide. So if I took that R and just slid it, it would be the exact same image. A reflection, imagine if there's a mirror here, what would the image look like on the other side? And it's the flip of it. A rotation, imagine if you took that R and you rotated it, either a half turn or a quarter turn. So some sort of turning motion. This would be a half a circle turn, that would be 180, or Quarter turn would be something that would end up being horizontal. That would be a rotation. Take a moment and name the motions in the diagrams provided, 1 through 6. Here we see there's a mirror image. Looks like a mirror. This would be a reflection. Here we can see the image has been turned on its corner. That'd be a rotation. That F has been flipped again over a mirror. This would be a reflection. Number 4, the image has slid at a diagonal, so this is a translation. Number 5, again, a mirrored image, so this would be a reflection. Number 6, the image was simply slid to the right, so this would be a translation again.